If you wake up feeling frustrated, disconnected, and not quite like yourself anymore, this might be the most important message you hear all year. Because what you've been told about aging, that it's normal to lose your energy, your confidence, and your ability to feel like a man, is flat out wrong. And I get it. You're over 60. You've lived through enough to know what's real and what's hype. But here's the quiet truth. Most men your age aren't losing their strength because they're old. They're losing it because no one ever taught them how to work with their body, not against it. And today that changes. Because what you're about to discover isn't some complicated system. It's not an expensive fix. It's a simple daily shift, one you can start tomorrow morning, that can dramatically improve your blood flow, boost testosterone, and bring back the kind of confidence you thought was long gone. But hold on, before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you care about your health. Because here we talk about the truths no one else dares to say out loud. And I want to know you're with me. If this resonates, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Either way, your voice has more power than you think. Now are you ready to see what's really going on inside your body after 60? Let's take a moment to talk about what's really happening inside your body after 60. Because if you don't understand what's going on beneath the surface, no routine, no supplement, no lifestyle change will truly stick. Here's the truth most doctors don't take the time to explain. Erections aren't just about desire. They rely on 3 major systems working together: your hormones, your blood vessels, and your nervous system. And as we age, all 3 of those systems begin to shift. Not break, not fail, just shift. Let's start with hormones. Testosterone, the key hormone responsible for male energy drive and sexual health, starts to decline slowly after the age of 30. About 1% every year. That might not sound like much, but over the decades it adds up. Lower testosterone means less desire, less spontaneous excitement, and weaker, less reliable erections. But that's only part of the story. Your blood vessels, especially the tiny arteries that feed the penis, also change. By the time you hit your 60s, these vessels can become stiffer and narrower. They don't respond to signals the way they used to. And you might not notice it at first. You're not in pain. Nothing seems wrong. But one day you wake up and realize you're just not getting that same morning firmness anymore. Or it takes longer to get going. Or maybe it's not as strong, not as steady. And then there's the nervous system, the most overlooked piece of this puzzle. This system controls the switch between stress and arousal. If your body's stuck in fight or flight mode, it will not allow an erection no matter how much desire you feel. It's your body's way of protecting itself. Because from a biological standpoint, stress means danger. And when danger is present, reproduction shuts down. Now add to this mix the wear and tear of life. Poor sleep, constant worries, blood sugar swings, reduced physical activity. It's no wonder so many men feel like their bodies are letting them down. But here's the empowering part. These systems aren't gone, they're just neglected. And once you start reactivating them with the right habits, gently, consistently, they begin to wake up again. That's the shift we're aiming for. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to give your body the signals it's been waiting for. And the best place to begin with the rising sun. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet powerful morning triggers for male vitality: sunlight. Yes, sunlight. That same light rising outside your window each day could be the most important switch you flip before anything else. Now I know it might sound too simple to matter, but as a physician who's worked with men for over 3 decades, I can tell you this: the first light you expose yourself to in the morning has the power to reset your entire biological system. Here's why. Your body runs on something called the circadian rhythm. your internal clock. This rhythm controls everything from your sleep to your testosterone production. And the master controller of that clock light. Not just any light, but natural sunlight. When that morning light enters your eyes and hits your skin, it sends a powerful message to the hypothalamus in your brain. That message says it's time to wake up. It's time to produce. And one of the very first things that gets activated is testosterone. Yes, just from stepping outside in the morning. But there's more. That same signal also tells your body to release nitric oxide. That's the chemical that relaxes. Blood vessels improves circulation and supports firmer, more responsive erections. I've had patients who hadn't experienced a spontaneous morning erection in years, but within a couple weeks of standing in morning sunlight just for 10 minutes, they noticed a shift. They woke up with more firmness, more frequency, more life. You don't need to stare directly at the sun. In fact, don't. Just go outside with your morning coffee. Stand near a window with the sunlight on your face. Even cloudy days offer enough light to activate this response. And here's the key: do it within 30 minutes of waking up. That's when your body is most sensitive to this signal. That's when your system is listening. This isn't some new trend or expensive supplement. This is biology. This is nature. And it's free. It's the first gentle push that helps your body remember what it was built to do. But morning light is only part of the equation. Because even with optimal testosterone and better circulation, your body won't allow arousal unless one silent system is on your side. Now let's unlock one of the most overlooked switches inside your body, your nervous system. Because here's something most men never hear from their doctors. You can have great testosterone levels and healthy blood flow, but still struggle with weak or inconsistent erections if your nervous system isn't on your side. Think of it like this. Inside you are two switches. One says, I'm stressed, shut down, survive. The other says, I feel safe, open up, connect. And here's the truth. Erections only happen when that second switch is flipped. The problem, as we age, we tend to live with a constant low-level hum of stress. It's not always loud, but it's always there. Worry about our health, our finances, relationships, the future. And your body hears it. It says now is not the time for intimacy. Now is the time to survive. That signal tightens your blood vessels. It raises cortisol, the stress hormone. And it blocks the very response you're hoping for. So what can you do? How do you flip that second switch and invite your body back into connection? The answer is simpler than you think. Deep, slow belly breathing. It might sound too easy, but when done properly, it activates the vagus nerve, a powerful communication channel between your brain and body. And when you take just 90 seconds to breathe deeply in through your nose, slow out through your mouth, you send a signal that says, I'm safe, I can relax, I can open up. This one practice can lower your heart rate, release tension in your chest, and allow your blood vessels to soften and expand. I've seen it firsthand. Men tell me they feel their jaw unclench, their thoughts slow down, their whole body softens. 10 deep breaths. That's all it takes. Right after you wake up, maybe while brushing your teeth or sitting in a quiet corner. This is how you create the right internal environment, not through force, but through calm, not by trying harder, but by relaxing smarter. And once your nervous system is aligned, you're ready for the next step, activating a small hidden group of muscles that quietly control the strength of your erections. Let's talk about the one muscle group that most men never train, yet it plays a vital role in your performance. And no, it's not your biceps or your abs, It's the pelvic floor. These are small but powerful muscles located deep at the base of your body. You can't see them, but you definitely feel their impact because they're responsible for one critical job-controlling blood flow in and out of the penis. Think of your pelvic floor like a valve. When it's strong, it holds blood in place, creating firmer, longer-lasting erections. But when it weakens, which naturally happens with age and inactivity, blood escapes too quickly, and so does your confidence. I once worked with a man named Robert. He was 68, frustrated and embarrassed. He told me, "Doc, I can still get going, but I can't stay there. It fades before I'm ready." What no one had told Robert, and what most men never hear, is that those exact symptoms often trace back to weak pelvic floor muscles. The good news: these muscles are incredibly responsive to training. And you don't need a gym, a machine, or even special equipment. You just need consistency. Here's how simple it is. Start by identifying the muscles you'd use to stop the flow of urine. Once you've located that internal squeeze, gently contract those muscles for a few seconds, then release. Do this 10 to 15 times each morning. That's it. I tell my patients do them while brushing your teeth, waiting for the coffee to brew, or sitting quietly at the edge of the bed. No one will even notice, but you will. Over time, these daily contractions retrain your body, giving you more control, more strength, and even more pleasurable sensations. For Robert, this one habit made all the difference. He came back weeks later with a smile I hadn't seen before. "Doc," he said, "I'm not just lasting longer, I feel like I've taken back a piece of myself." This is the power of the unseen, the strength you build from within. A few quiet seconds each morning that lead to powerful, life-changing results. And now that your muscles, your nerves, and your hormones are working together, there's one final piece of the puzzle. What you eat. Because your breakfast can either boost your progress or silently undo it all. Now let's talk about breakfast, a meal that's either fueling your confidence or sabotaging it before the day even begins. Because what you put on your plate each morning has a direct impact on blood flow, hormone production, and your ability to perform when it matters most. The worst offender: refined carbs. Yes, that innocent-looking white toast, sugary cereal, or muffin may seem harmless, but it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar followed by a crash that drains your energy and lowers testosterone. See, when your blood sugar levels swing wildly, your body responds by pumping out insulin. And over time, too much insulin leads to inflammation, a silent destroyer of blood vessels and hormone balance. This can weaken erections, reduce libido, and even dull your emotional connection with your partner. So what should you eat instead? Start with healthy fats: avocados, nuts, olive oil. These are the building blocks of testosterone. They reduce inflammation, help stabilize hormones, and support long-lasting energy throughout the day. Next, add protein. Eggs are a powerhouse rich in choline and vitamin D, two key nutrients linked to improved blood flow and sexual health. Greek yogurt is another smart option packed with probiotics that support gut health, which in turn helps regulate hormones. And don't forget fruit, but choose wisely. Berries, pomegranate, and watermelon are high in antioxidants that protect your arteries and enhance nitric oxide, a molecule your body needs to maintain firm, steady blood flow. This kind of breakfast does more than satisfy your hunger. It sets the tone for your body's chemistry all day long. It fuels the systems that regulate confidence, arousal, and stamina naturally and powerfully. I had a patient named Alan, a retired firefighter who had started feeling sluggish both in energy and intimacy. We looked at his mornings, and sure enough, he was relying on bagels and coffee. After switching to eggs, avocado, and berries, he told me, "Doc, I feel sharper, more in control." Even my wife noticed. That's the kind of change that doesn't come from pills. It comes from the choices you make each morning. And speaking of choices, there's one food you absolutely must avoid. It's hidden in many healthy snacks and is quietly damaging your testosterone and blood flow. There's one hidden ingredient lurking in many foods labeled healthy that's quietly draining your testosterone, hurting your circulation, and sabotaging your confidence, especially after 60. It's soy. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not talking about fermented soy, like miso or tempeh, which can actually be beneficial in small amounts. We're talking about processed soy, isolates, those concentrated soy proteins found in energy bars, protein shakes, frozen meals, and even so-called heart-healthy snacks. Why is this a problem? Because processed soy is loaded with compounds called phytoestrogens. These mimic estrogen in the body, and when they build up over time, they can throw off your hormone balance. For men, that means lower testosterone, decreased libido, and a drop in performance and muscle strength. It also interferes with your thyroid, which controls your metabolism and energy levels. A sluggish thyroid leads to fatigue, weight gain, and foggy thinking, all of which can erode your confidence. One of my clients, Richard, used to drink soy protein shakes every morning. He thought he was doing something good for his health, but he began to feel tired all the time, and his intimacy with his wife was suffering. We replaced the soy with whey protein, added some healthy fats and fiber, and within weeks his energy came roaring back. He felt stronger, clearer, more like himself again. So check your labels. Look for ingredients like soy protein, isolate, textured vegetable protein, or just soy flour. They might be in places you'd never expect: protein bars, cereals, meat, substitutes, even salad dressings. Instead, fuel your body with clean, whole foods that support testosterone and circulation. Grass-fed beef, organic eggs, pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, olive oil. These aren't just trendy diet tips, they're time-tested tools for staying vital after 60. And when your hormones are balanced, your energy is steady, and your blood flow is strong, your confidence returns, and your relationships flourish. But this journey isn't just about what you eat, it's also about how you move your body. Because the right kind of movement done consistently can naturally boost testosterone, improve blood flow, and restore stamina without a single pill. There's one exercise, just one, that I recommend to nearly every man over 60 who walks into my office feeling tired, stiff, or like he's lost a step. And no, it's not heavy weightlifting. It's not running miles on a treadmill. And it doesn't require a gym membership, a personal trainer, or even fancy equipment. It's walking. Now, before you tune out and think, walking, that's too simple to matter, hear me out. This isn't just any walking. This is purposeful, brisk, daily walking done with intention, posture, and consistency. Why does this matter so much? Because walking is one of the most powerful tools for restoring blood flow throughout the entire body. It activates your leg muscles, boosts circulation to the pelvic region, and helps oxygen-rich blood reach places where you might have been feeling a little sluggish. Studies show that just 30 minutes of brisk walking per day can increase nitric oxide levels, the key compound your body uses to expand blood vessels and improve erections. Even better, walking naturally boosts testosterone. Unlike long, intense cardio sessions, which can actually suppress hormones, moderate walking helps your body maintain a healthy hormonal balance. It also reduces stress, one of the biggest silent killers of both your libido and your energy. When you walk outdoors, especially in the morning light, your body releases endorphins, your cortisol levels drop, and your mood lifts. One of my patients, Joe, a 72-year-old retired teacher, hadn't felt like a man in years. He started walking 20 to 30 minutes every day after breakfast. Nothing crazy, just a steady pace, fresh air, and deep breaths. Within weeks, he reported sleeping better, feeling more energized and reconnecting with his wife in a way he hadn't in over a decade. So here's your simple prescription. Start with 10 to 15 minutes a day. Pick a time that works for you, maybe after a meal or first thing in the morning. Stand tall, swing your arms, and walk with confidence. If you can add hills or inclines, even better. Remember, you don't need to do more. You just need to do it consistently. And if you pair this with the foods we've covered earlier, you're laying a solid foundation for restoring vitality, improving circulation, and feeling like yourself again. Coming up next. If you've made it this far, thank you. You've just learned powerful natural ways to reclaim your energy vitality, and yes, your confidence. Not through pills or gimmicks, but through real time-tested changes you can make starting today. But this is just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover about healthy aging sexual wellness and feeling fully alive after 60. So here's what I want you to do. If you found even one thing helpful in this video, tap that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next truth that could change your life. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what part of today's video resonated most. Or better yet, type yes if you're ready to take back your health on your own terms. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And this channel, it's here for you. So stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.